He skips one workout and tells himself, I'll make it up tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes the day after. One misty session becomes two, then three. He starts choosing the elevator over the stairs, the couch over the walk, comfort over movement. His energy drops, his motivation fades, but he tells himself he's just taking a break. By the time he realizes he's spiraling, he's already at the bottom, facing the mountain of starting over. What if I told you he didn't have to hit rock bottom? What if you could catch yourself mid-slide instead of waiting to crash? I'm Alex, and I've got your raw daily fuel for today. Today we're exploring the art of early intervention, how to recognize the warning signs before you spiral completely, why course correction is infinitely easier than crash recovery, and how your body gives you signals long before problems become critical. We're going to learn the wisdom of prevention over cure, because the smartest recovery is the one that happens before you need to recover at all. In traditional Chinese medicine, we have an ancient principle: the superior physician prevents sickness. The mediocre physician attends to impending sickness. The inferior physician treats actual sickness. Today, you're going to become your own superior physician. Let's start with learning to recognize the warning signs before you spiral completely, because patterns always emerge before crashes. You just need to know how to read them. The spiral doesn't begin with complete abandonment. It begins with small compromises that seem innocent in isolation. Sleeping in 15 minutes longer, choosing the closer parking spot, taking the elevator instead of stairs, skipping stretches after workouts, ordering takeout one extra night per week. Each choice feels insignificant, but they're breadcrumbs on a path. And the danger isn't in any single choice, it's in the pattern they create. When you start consistently choosing comfort over challenge, ease over effort, instant over intentional, you're not just making individual decisions, you're rewiring your default responses. Your early warning system should include these signals: declining energy levels, even with adequate sleep, increased justification for skipping healthy choices, feeling resistance to activities you previously enjoyed, choosing convenience more often than usual, and noticing your standards slowly sliding downward. The most dangerous warning sign is when you stop noticing the warning signs. When skipping becomes normal, when comfort becomes your default, when justice once becomes justice week, becomes justice month. And this is when intervention becomes critical. In Chinese philosophy, we understand that small imbalance create large diseases. A slight deviation in the river's course can flood entire valleys downstream. Similarly, small deviations in your daily choices can flood your health with consequences later. The key is recognizing and correcting the deviation while it's still small. Here's the truth that will transform your approach to setbacks. Course correction is exponentially easier than crash recovery. Ancient Chinese wisdom teaches us prevention is easier than cure. This isn't just philosophical, it's mathematical. When you catch yourself at 70% consistency, bringing yourself back to 90% requires minimal energy. When you've dropped to 0% and need to rebuild from scratch, you're facing 100% energy expenditure. Think of it like steering a car. A gentle adjustment when you notice you're drifting slightly off course requires barely any effort. But if you wait until you're completely off the road, in the ditch, with a flat tire, now you need a tow truck, repairs, and a complete restart. Now, the energy and time cost has multiplied exponentially. The same principle applies to your health habits. A small course correction when you notice yourself slipping. Maybe recommitting to your morning routine, planning your meals for the week, or scheduling 3 workouts instead of your usual 5. This requires perhaps 10% additional effort. But waiting until you've completely abandoned your routine, gained weight, lost fitness, and destroyed your momentum, now you're facing months of rebuilding, re-establishing neural pathways, overcoming increased resistance, and fighting against the compounded effects of neglect. The energy cost isn't just higher, it's exponentially higher. Your body is constantly communicating with you, giving you signals before problems become critical. Traditional Chinese medicine teaches us to listen to these subtle messages before they become loud emergencies. Fatigue that doesn't improve with rest often signals that your recovery isn't keeping pace with your stress. Declining motivation for activities you normally enjoy can indicate hormonal imbalances or overtraining. Mood changes, irritability, or decreased mental clarity often precede physical breakdown. Performance decline in workouts, reduced strength, or increased perceived effort for the same activities signal that your reserves are depleting. Your body speaks in whispers before it screams. The skill is developing sensitivity to these whispers. When you notice decreased enthusiasm for your workout, that's not laziness, that's information. When healthy food starts seeming like too much effort, that's not weakness. That's a signal that your system is becoming overwhelmed. In traditional Chinese medicine, we read the body's language through pulse, tongue, energy levels, sleep quality, digestion, and emotional state. You can learn to read your own patterns. Notice when energy dips occur. Observe how your sleep quality correlates with your choices. Pay attention to when motivation naturally peaks and wanes. The wisdom lies not in fighting these natural rhythms, but in working with them strategically. When you notice early signs of decline, that's your cue for gentle intervention, not forced intensity. Here's the mathematics of prevention that will change everything. Prevention requires exponentially less energy than rehabilitation. Consider the energy economics. Maintaining forward momentum requires significantly less force than overcoming inertia from a complete stop. A car traveling at 30 mph needs only gentle pressure on the gas pedal to maintain speed. A car starting from zero requires maximum acceleration and fuel consumption to reach the same speed. Your health works identically. Maintaining 70% consistency requires minimal additional effort to return to 90%. Starting from 0% requires maximum effort to reach even 30%. The energy curve isn't linear, it's exponential. This is why small adjustments are infinitely more powerful than major overhauls. Catching yourself at 80% and adjusting back to 95% might require a week of gentle refocusing. Falling to 0% and rebuilding to 80% might require months of intensive effort. The compound effect works in both directions. Small declines compound into major breakdowns. Small corrections compound into sustained success. The energy you invest in early detection and course correction pays dividends exponentially greater than the energy required for complete rehabilitation. Small adjustments prevent major breakdowns because they address root causes before they manifest as crises. When you notice yourself choosing the elevator more often, that's not just about stairs, it's about your relationship with challenge. Address it now with intentional choices, and you prevent the larger pattern of avoiding difficulty. Ignore it, and it compounds into avoiding workouts, avoiding healthy cooking, avoiding anything that requires effort. When you catch yourself at 70% consistency instead of your usual 90%, you can course correct with minor adjustments. Meal prep on Sunday, lay out workout clothes the night before, set earlier bedtimes, remove decision fatigue from healthy choices. These small system tweaks can restore momentum within days, but if you wait until you've dropped to 0%, no workouts, no meal planning, no structure, you're not just rebuilding habits. You're overcoming loss aversion, fighting against neural pathways that have adapted to inactivity, combating decreased fitness levels, and rebuilding identity and confidence from scratch. The intervention point matters exponentially. Mid-slide intervention requires adjustment. Rock bottom recovery requires complete reconstruction. So how do you create an early warning system for yourself? First, identify your personal decline patterns. Everyone's spiral has unique characteristics. Some people first lose their morning routine. Others first abandon meal planning. Some skip workouts first, others compromise sleep first. Learn your pattern. Second, establish trigger points for intervention. Decide in advance, when I skip 2 workouts in 1 week, I immediately schedule 3 for the following week. When I order takeout 3 times in 1 week, I meal prep the next Sunday without exception. When I feel unmotivated for 3 consecutive days, I reduce intensity but maintain consistency. Third, create micro-interventions. These are small actions you can take immediately when you notice warning signs. 5-minute walks, 10 push-ups, drinking a glass of water, eating 1 piece of fruit. Not to solve the problem, but to break the pattern and signal to yourself that you're paying attention. Fourth, schedule regular pattern assessment. Weekly check-ins where you honestly evaluate. Am I maintaining my standards? Are my energy levels consistent? Am I making choices that align with my goals? What patterns am I noticing? Your challenge for this week is to become a pattern detective for your own behavior. Notice when your energy dips, when your motivation wavers, when you start choosing comfort over challenge. Don't judge these patterns, study them. Track your warning signs like a scientist collecting data. When do you first start compromising? What external factors correlate with your decline? What internal signals precede your strongest motivation? What early indicators could serve as trigger points for gentle intervention? The goal isn't perfection, it's early detection. The wisdom isn't in never sliding, it's in catching yourself before you crash. Remember this, every master of resilience has learned to read their own patterns. They don't avoid challenges, they recognize them early and respond strategically. They don't prevent all setbacks. They prevent small setbacks from becoming major breakdowns. Your body is constantly communicating. Your patterns are constantly revealing themselves. The question is whether you're listening and whether you're responding before the whispers become screams. I'm Alex, and that's your raw daily fuel for today. If this helped you see the power of early intervention, hit that subscribe button. We're here every day with more powerful motivation that helps you stay ahead of the slide. Prevention is always superior to cures. Early detection is always superior to crisis management. Small adjustments are always superior to major overhauls. Master these principles, and you'll never hit bottom again.